I remember where I was quite vividly on the 13th of May 1981. I was only 11 years of age at the time, but I remember vividly being out playing football with my friends. It was a lovely day, at about 6 o'clock going home to my family's house and going into the living room, and there around the TV watching the news with my family in silence. And I could see from the TV myself the news that St. Pope John Paul II had an assassination attempt on his life, and it was touch and go as to whether or not he was going to survive. The doctors fought frantically to save his life, and thankfully they did. And as he recovered, the doctors explained to Pope John Paul II at the time that if the bullet had been either a few millimeters to the left or to the right, he would have surely bled to death in the Pope-mobile. Reflecting on this himself, he said, and given the fact that the assassination attempt had taken place on one of the major feasts of our church in honour of Our Lady of Fatima, he said, the bullet was fired by the hand of an assassin, but the direction of the bullet was guided by the hand of a mother. The bullet was fired by the hand of an assassin, yet the direction of the bullet was guided by the hand of a mother. It was that same mother, the Mother of God, who held the baby Jesus, the Saviour of the world, in her hands for the first time in that stable of Bethlehem. It was that same mother that fed, clothed, caressed, loved the baby Jesus as he grew to maturity. It was that same mother's hand that took Jesus into her arms at the age of 12 when he got lost in Jerusalem. It was the same arms, the same hands of a mother that took the dead body of her son Jesus as it was taken down from the cross. That mother is our mother, and she guides us always towards her son Jesus. When the angel Gabriel appeared to her, she was afraid, she was deeply disturbed, and yet she listened to the voice of the angel that said to her simply, "Do not be afraid." And she took those words to heart, and she lived them. She said yes to being the Mother of God. During these days of uncertainty, of fear for many people, fear of the unknown, fear of getting sick, fear of being too close to people, fear of touching surfaces that might contaminate. We've lived in fear all these months, and it's into this situation of our lives that Our Lady points us towards her son Jesus and says to us simply, do not be afraid. Do as I did. Trust my son Jesus. Do not be afraid. In these quiet moments now, place whatever fear you have in your life. What is the fear that you most have in your life today? Is it a fear of losing your job? A fear of your health? The fear of the health of your family? The fear of the unknown? Or some other fear? Whatever fear you carry in your heart now in these quiet moments, place them before the Lord and let those words of Jesus and the words that spoke to the heart of Mary speak to your heart today. Do not be afraid.